What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So, before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Daryl Sloan for the $2 donation to the channel via the Cash App. All right, much respect to Daryl Sloan showing love to the channel. And like I said, man, any donation to my channel, I truly appreciate. You know, truly appreciate. So thank you for showing love to the channel, man. I'm going to put a link to a TMZ article in the pinned comment in the comment section below. So boxing legend George Foreman says that two women have made up claims that he sexually abused them, all in an effort to extort him out of millions of dollars. Sources familiar with the matter tell TMZ Sports a lawsuit against Foreman is expected to be filed in LA this week by two women whose fathers apparently had a friendship and working relationship with Foreman decades ago. The suit, according to our sources, well, according to TMZ sources, is expected to allege that Foreman sexually abused the women in the 1970s. But Foreman said in a statement on Wednesday that the allegations are flat out not true. Over the past 6 months, Foreman said, two women have been trying to extort millions of dollars each from me and my family. They are falsely claiming that I sexually abused them over 45 years ago in the 1970s. I adamantly and categorically deny these allegations. The pride I take in my reputation means as much to me as my sports accomplishments, and I will not be intimidated by baseless threats and lies. Our sources say Foreman believes the suit and the allegations in it are all part of a, quote, a coordinated extortion plot in which the women have asked him since January to pay them $12.5 million each. Foreman says, I am and always will be guided by my faith and trust in God. I will work with my lawyers to fully and truthfully expose my accuser's scheme and defend myself in court. I don't pick fights, but I don't run away from them either. Foreman, a former two-time heavyweight champ who went on to create the George Foreman Grill, piled up a 76-5 record in his boxing career. He reportedly has a net worth of around $300 million. I also want to add to that 76-5 overall record, he had 68 knockouts. So George Foreman, one of the great fighters of all time. In my opinion, I'm more inclined to believe that George Foreman stole that last cheeseburger off of a plate than these allegations. That doesn't seem like him. That has never been his MO. That doesn't even sound, that doesn't sound remotely like George Foreman. I'm not saying that he didn't have his share of women in the 70s, but that doesn't sound like George Foreman, okay? And I just don't believe it. Let me be honest with you. The criminal justice system is becoming too clogged up and bogged down by these baseless, frivolous lawsuits. And there need to be stiffer penalties and laws in place to prevent this shit, okay? I think that any person, regardless of sex, any person that is found to knowingly and willfully put up a lawsuit knowing that the person in question is 100% innocent, and your own basis, your own true motives is to acquire wealth that doesn't belong to you, a come up at the expense of ruining this person's reputation. Remember, these are usually public figures. I think that person should be sentenced to lengthy prison time, and that'll get rid of some of this bullshit. You'll stop seeing a lot of these baseless claims. Because look, even if George Foreman is found innocent, which I believe he is, it's always going to be in the back of some people's minds. Well, what if he did it? What if he did it? Well, maybe he did it. I don't know. Fuck that, man. Fuck that. I can't stand this latest trend with people going around accusing people of shit, physical violence, sexual misconduct. And yes, there are obviously people who are guilty of this. But the craziest thing to me is, and I'm sorry, I just gotta say this, oftentimes the people who are guilty of these heinous crimes are ironically married to people or in a relationship with people that defend them. They keep defending and denying that they're being abused or misused by this person. It's the people that don't do it oftentimes that fall victim to these schemes. Come on, George Foreman's worth $300 million. A lot of people love to fuck with these celebrities from the 70s, whether it's Bill Cosby or, the allegation came out against Rick James, who's deceased now. Now you got George Foreman. You got all these other various athletes and musicians and actors supposedly have done something, whether they're deceased or not, in the 70s and 60s. The shit can't be verified, because a lot of the parties that were involved are now deceased. So it's just bullshit, man. But tell me what you guys think.